So I've set this up so that the boiler water is flowing into here, and then this pump is applying pressure on the red hose here, and I'm using this valve here to throttle the pressure on this end so that I can keep it, right now it's at about 25 psi. And the reason I've done that is because I'm trying to get it so that it had enough pressure to be the same as our normal operating pressure when we're running the cold floor, but with the hot water on it on that line by itself. And I found in order to do that I just have to dump water, unfortunately, because that's the only way to get it to stay warm. Before that the water was just kind of coming back cold and things weren't heating up. So once I got it hot, and then I could have hot water going in and out at the right pressure. Essentially I walked the floor, and you'll see, I'm probably walking this a little quickly, but when you get the angle just right, you can see the line, and if you spend enough time you can actually get it to show up much clearer than that. If I wasn't walking so quickly, you'd be able to actually see it all the way along here. I kind of slowly walked this from end to end, and there was definitely places where it shows up much brighter than others, and I can email some pictures of those. But like here, for example, it's definitely a lot brighter through here. That's likely because it's wherever the pipe is closer to the surface of the cement, I'm assuming. It is possible that the bright spots is where the leaks are, but I don't think so. It seems to me like the leak is coming from right down here in this corner. So you see this red spot here. So there's actually water flowing out over on this side where I initially heard the air yesterday. So you can hear it now. So this line here is the supply line the hot water's going in on. You can actually see some water coming out and hear it coming out there. But it's coming out back in there, and I'm assuming it's in somewhere in that piece of the PVC sleeve that's going through here. This is a piece of angle iron here that the boards are mounted to. So I think what's going to happen is we'll have to cut out the cement there and start there, and hopefully we won't have to go too far, because that piece of angle iron does go down like that. It's what the this plate, so this, you can see this drops down. So there's that piece of angle iron comes down here. It's what these are going into. So these screws on the top are going into the new part of the boards, the galvanized steel, and these screws at the bottom are going into the piece of angle iron that comes down around here. So if it's past this point, it means we're gonna have to possibly also cut out the steel maybe, but anyways, I think we're gonna have to maybe jackhammer just the first little bit of this, potentially cut that out in order to access and repair this spot. Hopefully that is our spot. It seems a little bit I don't know, it seems unlikely that we lost as much as we did without this area being more noticeable. Like, there is a tiny bit of salt residue there, but for how much brine we lost, I would have expected to see more salt residue. Like, the calcium should have, like, shown up on the way from it going from there to the drain down there. So maybe the reason we're not seeing it is because it's actually maybe on the how to say it, the other side of this form. So this edge where you can see that the concrete here, this little wall and this are separate from the pad. Maybe the leak is actually happening from where this concrete with the wood in it meets the concrete for the pour from the slab, and maybe potentially some of the brine was actually going down that way. Maybe the majority of it was going down that way between those two separate pours of concrete, and that's why there's only the slightest hint of it coming out here, just a tiny bit of calcium there. Maybe the majority of it was going under the pad there. So maybe this corner here might have lost some integrity potentially. I don't know. So I guess that's where you should carry on with things tomorrow. Hopefully that's our leak, and once that is repaired, we can hook everything back up, completely pressurize the system again, and get it to hold pressure for a longer duration of time, and get the get the whole system to hold pressure, and run the pump with the air purge open to get all the air out of the system, and get it ready for firing the ice back up. All right, that's it. Good luck.